Welcome, everybody, to the Balance, Beautiful, and Abundant show. Today, I have Tammy Peterson, who is my partner. Hi, in Evolve Retreats. And we are so excited to be working together again. We had an incredible event in Playa del Carmen, Mexico, that people are still raving about. And we're going to talk a little bit about what we have coming up in the fall and why I'm on a mission to empower women to go from burned out and overwhelmed to balanced, beautiful, and abundant.
Yay. Nice to see you, Rebecca. Thanks so much for jumping on. And, today I kind of want to talk a little bit more about, I know we've sort of talked about the retreat and the location and all the things that we're sort of doing from an overall perspective, but I think that women and myself included are really more interested in what you do, like how I can come in for a long weekend and leave changed. I mean, can you talk a little bit about that from just an overall perspective, and then we can get a little bit more detailed? But I mean, I think I'm curious, and I think that other women want to know, like, in one weekend, can I really change my life?
Yes, you absolutely can. So, what I teach women is what I did to change my life because I wasn't always this award winning coach in all these magazines. A few short years ago, I was having the hardest time of my life. I was in a very emotionally abusive, toxic marriage. I filed for divorce and immediately got sued for spousal support. I was paying for my lawyer, his lawyer, and it was just very financially scary for me. And I'm sure a lot of people can relate to feeling financial insecurity because there's a lot of that going on now. And then while my marriage was unraveling, my dad was actually back home in Ohio, dying in a nursing home. And he was in his 90s. He lived a great life, but it was just so hard seeing someone that was such a big, strong personality like just deteriorate right in front of my eyes. And I remember just going back to Cincinnati from LA, never knowing when I got off the plane if that would be my last time seeing my dad. And in one of our last conversations, he said, the way you're living life is so different. I think you should write a book. And I had no idea what to write about. But a few months later, on a Wednesday, my dad was buried. On a Friday, my divorce was finalized. And I met with my financial planner that year, and he said, Rebecca, earlier this year, you lost your dad in your marriage. And I'm sitting across the desk from you. And I've got to tell you, you've become a millionaire this year. You're having your best fiscal year ever. And I don't know how you're not falling apart. How are you so resilient? And I said, it's because I'm living life in the 7 pillars of abundance. And that's when I knew I would write a book about it. So I called the book How to Make a 6-Figure Income Working Part-Time. And in the book, I outline these 7 key areas of life. And when you have all 7 areas of life in alignment, you can be, do, or have anything you want. So now I'm happily married to my soulmate. We just bought our dream house back home in Cincinnati, Ohio. And I empower women to go from burned out to balanced, beautiful, and abundant. And I do that through my one-on-one coaching, group coaching, and now, thanks to you, through these luxury wellness retreats.
That's amazing. Tell me a little bit about, can I really change in a weekend? And if so, maybe give an example. You don't have to use specific names, but what have you seen when someone has come in and they're in one
Yes.
place and they leave on Sunday and they're in a totally different place? How do you make that happen?
Yes, I had so many women shift just in my, short 3-hour workshops that I thought, what would happen if I could spend a whole week like really immersing them in this 7 pillars framework? And at your retreat that we did together in Playa del Carmen, I had a woman who signed up. She had never even met me. She just liked the title of the retreat. She signed up and she shifted so much. She showed up just a ball of stress. She was very burned out, very depleted energetically. And through understanding the 7 pillars of abundance, through the exercises that we did, and through the dynamic that was created at the retreat, she completely shifted from being this like ball of stress, fear, doubt, and worry to being relaxed, knowing that she had a new way to live and a game plan for the year where she would not let herself get out of alignment because she would not be hyper focused on just one area of life. She knew how to live life holistically in all 7 areas of life. And the 7 key areas are spirituality, fitness, emotions, romance, mental, social, and financial. So she was able to get tips, tools, and strategies to live all 7 areas of life at a level 10 so she would not burn out. Then she loved the retreat so much that she hired me as a one-on-one coach. And she has gone from being very emotionally reactive and angry to at ease and at peace. She's able to ask for her needs to be met in her romantic relationship without picking a fight, but to do it in a calm and loving way, and her needs are getting met. And she has completely changed the relationship that she had with her son, where she had no boundaries. And every time she got off the phone with her adult son, she felt like she was being taken advantage of. And now she has her dignity and her self-respect back. She is able to set boundaries with her ex-husband, and her finances are going better. Her health is going better. I gave her some recommendations for supplements and some health practices to do, and she's never felt stronger, more vital. And we continue to work together in the 7-pillar framework to check in. Okay, where are you at on a scale of 1 to 10 in this pillar? And let's activate it to go to the next level. So it's a framework that you get during the retreat, but whether we work together one-on-one like I do with her, or if you just keep tabs on it, it's a great way to kind of look at your life and see, okay, where am I at and what is my next step? And where am I? Am I too focused on work and not spending enough time with friends? Am I, too focused on my health and not making any time for my family? Like, it's just a way to kind of have checks and balances in your life so you don't get obsessive or burned out.
I love that. And, as women too, it's like, especially if you have children or children in your home, or, a big career, you get out of alignment so quickly. And I hear that from women so often. I think that this is such an amazing thing to be able to teach in a weekend. And we're doing that together in the fall at Montevaya. And Rebecca's retreat can be found on our website at evolveretreats.co. But yeah, I really want to keep talking about this as the weeks sort of progress and sort of dig into a little bit more detailed, like, what does it mean to live a holistic life? And how do I get those checks and balances? And I think we all as women need that so much. And I think that the work you're doing is so incredibly valuable. And I'm really excited to dig in and learn more and learn about what you're going to be doing on this retreat as well.
Yeah, I'm really excited. It's called Manifest Your Dream Life Retreat because we're going to be doing vision boards, and we're going to be just really visioning and understanding what we want to create in the last quarter of the year. And that momentum is not only going to take us through the holidays, which can be a very stressful, energetic, depleting time for women because we feel like we just have to give, and it's never enough. And we're going to be so refueled, and it's a great reset to get you not only through the holidays, but this momentum is going to take you into the new year and beyond.
Perfect timing.
Yes, perfect timing. And once you understand this 7-pillar framework, you will not get burned out because, during the holiday season, it's so easy to neglect self-care and put everyone else first. But it's like, no, fitness is the 2nd pillar of abundance. And if we don't have our health, we don't have anything, which is why I really like the idea of this retreat, because it's a holistic health resort where they do vitamin drip therapy treatments and farm to table organic food, and everything is just going to be so healthy. And it's like, it's going to be a fall reset. And then we're going to keep these practices going through understanding the mindset shifts that need to happen for the 7 pillars of abundance. And it's not about the hustle and grind and pushing yourself to do more, because that leads to burnout and that can lead to sickness. It's about giving from the overflow, feeling that you're full and that you have something to give because you're doing your self-care, you're having romance, you're having friendships, your mind is being fed by things that you're learning. And that is when you actually can give from the overflow and truly be of service to your family, your friends, your business, and your community.
I love that. That's so great. And again, the timing is so perfect because going into this last quarter is, I think, the most challenging for women as you're sort of wrapping up the year. And oh my God, the holidays, especially if you have a large family or weird, not weird, but in a different sort of family dynamic or children or whatever it is. But it's great timing. And again, I'm so excited to learn more as we sort of dig in. Like maybe we can start to go through the pillars for people and like talk about a little bit
Yeah.
more what you do for women specifically, because I think it's so needed. And, we're so excited to share your retreat on our website, evolveretreats.co. Rebecca Whitman at Montevaya this September. So excited to keep working with you, and thanks so much for the insight.
Yes, it's coming up October 6th through 8th, and I'm so excited. Oh, 3rd through 6th, sorry. 3rd through 6th in Montevalle. And what I am so excited about is just having these women show up completely just like, okay, I need a reset. My tank is empty. I don't even know, like, where did the year go? It all went so fast. I was so busy. I just, poured latte of after latte on all my exhaustion. And now I'm here, and like, they're going to get poured into. They're going to get so much wisdom, mindset work, just holistic healing from, the lavender fields and the hiking and the yoga and the organic food. And they're going to leave there just so full of life, and they're going to have their game plan. They're going to have that 7 pillars framework, so they know exactly how to live their life full of just energy, and their glow and alignment will just be so beautiful. So I'm just so excited to pour into the lucky women. And we already have, a couple women that snagged their spot, and we only have a couple spots left because this is a very intimate group. I'm not going to be pouring into a stadium, just the dynamic. I know the women that I had in Playa del Carmen, they said my coaching was powerful, but so was the dynamic, because they got to really like do exercises and work off each other. So it's going to be like so interactive, and I'm really curating the perfect group of women to be there and make sure that they all have like the best time ever.
Absolutely. Well, great. And we're here to support you in that journey and talk to more women about what you do and how it helps them change their lives. Thank you for the work you do. It's amazing.
You are so welcome. And we're going to keep doing this. We'll do a whole series on the 7 pillars. Once a week, we're going to go into each pillar, and I'm going to talk about how we're going to change your life in that area at the retreat, and you'll get so much value. So be tuned in to these Facebook Lives. They're going to be happening on Mondays at about 2:00 Eastern Time. And mark your calendar, because we're going to be explaining exactly what these 7 pillars will do to your life, and how you can live a life of alignment and not hustle and grind so much.
Awesome. Well, great. We look forward to it, Rebecca. We'll see you again next week.
Okay, we'll see you next week, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.